Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I am Shella Virgianas Sendean, representative from Group D, had the opportunity to act moderator. The subject of presentation is the implementation of Pancasila values in facing challenge in disruption era. For the first discussion regarding to definition of disruption will be explained by the first speaker. To Yunda Dewi Priyanda, time sure.
Thank you to Shella Virgianas Sendean has given me time to explain the definition of disruption. As the times have evolved, all aspects of human life have changed. Now comes an era called disruption, which is where the term was first introduced by Christensen. The development in this era is characterized by globalization, namely by development of information technology, science, and communication. Widodo and Yusmariana 2019. The era of disruption is known as a fundamental process of change. Disruption is seen as an innovation that will change the old system and a new system. Disruption reflects all market, industries, and technologies and efficient and comprehensive reforms to support more complex life. Priyanda 2019. The era of disruption is a time when change is so unpredictable and also uncontrollable, fundamental, and covers all aspects of human life on the face of the earth. The next explanation will be delivered by Nurul Hanifah. To Nurul Hanifah, time sure.
Thank you to Yunda Dewi Priyanda has given me time to continue explain the definition of disruption. Besides that, disruption is also a phenomenon that occurs when people shift their activities to digital with facilities and all their activities. As mentioned at the beginning about the advancement of information technology and science, in this era also demands an improvement in terms of the quality of human research that are able to compete and have competence in following and adapting to existing changes. In other words, this human research should make the most of technology for one useful and for the common good. Disruption does have a hard influence on human life. Disruption from a new pattern of community life that has never existed before. Example include the massive use of social media that allow us to access anything from different parts of the world. The distribution of people and stuff with online application to the development of biotechnology and nanotechnology. That's the explanation from me. Furthermore, Ahmad Najmul will explain this challenge in the era of disruption. To Ahmad Najmul, time yours.
Thank you to Nurul Hanifah has given me time to explain the challenge in the era of disruptions. As explained earlier, that this era of disruption facilitates human activity with the development of various information and communication technology. But on the other hand, there is present challenge in the form of negative impact that will arise as the era of disruption progresses. It was mentioned earlier that the era of disruption shifts people's lives from the real world to the virtual world as a result of the development of technology. All people in the world can access all information related to phenomena that occur in the other parts of the world through social media such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. The ease of action to explore the world on the internet has trapped people into engaging in all the programs and topics that they should not know or should not know, especially in the case of children and teenagers. Many rights that are easily obtained by teenagers result in change in the way of thinking, attitude, and behavior of children lives caused by program culture influence that enter our country and begin to make teenagers forget the values and culture owned by Indonesia. The next explanation will be delivered by Rizki Fitrian. To Rizki Fitrian, time short.
Thank you to Ahmad Muttaqin has given me time to continue explain the challenge in the era of disruption. The large number of foreign cultures that are contrary to the moral that develop in Indonesia makes the morality of the nation children increasing concept. Information technology used by most teenagers sometimes present a reading of a spectacle that infrequently reflects good morality such as ethics and manners. The influence of the era of disruption is so strong that it caused many people, especially teenagers, to lose their morality and personality as an Indonesian nation. Therefore, it takes a side in the form of ideology that is firmly embodied in society as an antidote to all the negative influence of the challenge of the era disruption. That's the explanation about the challenge in the era of disruption. Furthermore, Alya Safitri will explain how to implementation of Pancasila values in dealing with this challenge. To Alya Safitri, thanks you.
Thank you to Rizki Fitrian has given me time to explain how the implementation of Pancasila value in dealing with this challenge. As mentioned earlier, to counteract negative impact or in the face of challenge in the era of disruption requires a strong ideology that has long been embedded in society, namely Pancasila. Pancasila is the main guideline of all time for the Indonesian nation. Pancasila is a value system that is unity consisting of guidelines, harmony, persatuan, democracy, and justice. For the people of Indonesia, Pancasila is not a taboo thing, but it has become a thing that must be known and interpreted in every processes of life, especially in the face of challenge in this era of disruption. The idea of mindset, attitude, and behavior of Indonesian people must always reflect Pancasila. Pancasila should take precedence in filtering out the negative impact in the era of disruption that can bring about the world order. By relying on the Indonesian nation should be able to maintain the identity of the nation. The text explanation will be delivered by Aulia Zahra. To Aulia Zahra, time is yours.
Thank you to Alya Safitri has given me time to continue explain the implementation of Pancasila values in dealing with these challenges. Now, let's see how the implementation of Pancasila values in the era of disruption. The first is the value of godliness. In fact, every human being has his own belief in the God he believes in. The purpose of this value is the right to religion with an attitude of tolerance. Because of the many issues of division spread through social media, we as good citizens should be able to earn a mutual respect. The second is the value of humanity, giving us to be fair as well as human toward others. The third is the value of unity, is a great value of accountability for every community. In this era of disruption, of course, we have a different goals and opinions, but this difference should not make the Indonesian nation divided. The fourth is the populist values. These values have the meaning that we must take importance to the nation and the country above the interests of others, as well as conduct deliberation as decision-making on every issue. And the last is the value of justice, which means that all Indonesians have the right to achieve their ideals with good efforts, and all Indonesia have the right to enjoy all kinds of facilities in this technological era. That's the final explanation regarding implementation of Pancasila values in dealing with these challenges. Then I, return it to the moderator. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks to all speakers, then I will provide the conclusion of discussion. The meaning and values of Pancasila must be practiced in your life. This era description so that its existence is not only used as a symbol. I'd like to thank you for taking time out to listen to our presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.